Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1998 movie, The Parent Trap. So in this movie, Haley Parker and Annie James are identical twins, separated at a young age because of their parents' divorce. Unknowingly to their parents, the girls are sent to the same summer camp where they meet and discover the truth about themselves and then plot with each other to switch places and reunite their parents and get them back together. This is actually a remake of a movie from the 1960s that starred Hayley Mills, and I might do a review for that one sometime here before too long and everything, but with Lindsay Lohan making her big comeback and stuff, I decided to revisit some of her older movies that I used to watch all the time as a kid that I haven't seen in years, and this is one I hadn't seen in a good 15 years or so, and everything, but it was one of my favorites as a kid, and I wanted to see if it held up or not, and I gotta say, for the most part, it does hold up pretty well. It is very weird and everything, and if you really stop to think about the logic and the plot of the story, it really kind of does throw you off and everything, because like the thought that either one of these parents would be okay with just saying, okay, let's just keep one of the kids and forget the other one and everything. I just don't see what kind of parents would want to do that. It's like these people aren't the best parents, and everything. And there's a lot of logical issues with this movie, but it is a lot of fun, and everything. And part of it comes down to a really good cast, led by Lindsay Lohan when she was only like 11 or 12 years old. She was absolutely amazing in this movie. She did such a great job as both characters in this movie, and one of them has an English accent. She even pulls that off pretty well too, I think, for as young as she was. She did a really good job in this movie, and she carries the movie really well and everything. Dennis Quaid and Natasha Richardson, I almost forgot her name for a minute, they have really great chemistry and stuff in this movie, and they work really good together, and they work good with Lindsay Lohan and stuff and everything. But I just gotta say that this cast works really good together, and even the supporting characters, the nanny and the butler, they're really likable characters, and just it has a really likable group of characters. And then you got Meredith, the fiance of Nick, who is Dennis Quaid's character. She's not very likable, but Elaine Hendricks does a really good job playing her. She makes her really unlikable, and I thought she did a good job and everything. So all of the cast in here are great, and everything. And I gotta say, Lindsay Lohan has really, really great chemistry with herself. Like honestly, if I didn't know that Lindsay Lohan was just one person, I honestly would have thought there was two of them and everything. And I actually did think that. I think a lot of people thought that before the movie actually came out, but they did a really good job with the editing in this movie and editing the scenes where she's with herself and everything. I thought they did a really great job with that, and they did a good job with it in the original too, and everything. That's a really cool technique that they can do in movies and stuff, but I thought the way it was edited in this one worked really good, and it held up really well and everything. And this movie is a lot of fun. It is really cheesy at times, but it's like fun 90s cheese in the best way and everything. You can tell this movie came out in the late 90s. The soundtrack is full of 90s bops and stuff. There's a lot of really good songs in this movie stuff. There's a lot of songs that aren't from the 90s in there too that are good, but yeah, I really enjoy The Parent Trap. I think it holds up really well and everything. I will say it is a little bit slow in the middle when they first get to their parents' house, and before the parents meet up and stuff and everything. It does kind of get a little bit slow, but not enough to ruin the movie or anything, and everything. And once it picks back up, it doesn't really slow down. It does a pretty good job. They do a pretty good job with it. So yeah, so I'd say I'd give The Parent Trap an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really enjoyable movie, and I'm glad that it holds up as well as it does. I was kind of worried that I would think it's really corny and not as fun and everything, and I think it's still about as fun as it always has been. There were parts that still make me laugh out loud, like they did back then and everything, and I just found this movie to still be really enjoyable and everything. And Lindsay Lohan became one of my favorite actresses after this movie, although I didn't really get into her until Freaky Friday came out and everything, and then she kind of exploded after that movie came out. But this was a really good introduction to her and everything, and I'm glad she's finally getting her comeback and stuff. So I'll be reviewing more Lindsay Lohan movies off and on throughout the next few months or whatever. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of The Parent Trap, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.